Welcome, everybody, to another special edition of Armchair Keepers of Arcane Secrets. It's our year-end wrap-up, Bob,
That's right. A year. We've been doing this thing for more or less a year, and it
more
has
or less
been
a year. We
crazy,
started, we
crazy.
started in January, or you had the idea. When did you have the idea?
Pitched it to you at Game Hole in November of this is 25, so it would have been 24. November of
November. That's
24.
right. That's right.
November, October, whenever Game Hole was in 24.
That's right. And then we started in close to the new year. We've been doing this for a year. We've got a healthy 200 subscribers, almost, almost.
Almost. We're knocking at that 200. And they say that once you get 200, it just increases by 50 every week, right? It just
Is that
rolls.
what they
It's
say? We couldn't handle the increase like that. It
no,
goes,
nobody says that.
I'd trade in my old Honda for a Cadillac or
Of
something,
course, of course.
something
Yes.
crazy. You
I'd
know,
put a
when you
wheelbarrow for a larger wheelbarrow. It'd be great.
when you knock off a bank, they say don't make any extravagant purchases.
Oh yeah. I'm making an extravagant purchase of a larger wheelbarrow.
All right. So I got to play in a couple weeks ago. I got
Yeah,
or a week ago. I got to play again. So I'm going to give you a quick recap of my fourth session in
I think
Shanghai.
so. Yeah.
I'd have to look at my notes, but I think fourth session in Shanghai.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it was can I should I just dive into it quick,
Dive
Bob?
right in. Take the plunge.
It was an interesting paced session. I had the whole crew,
All right.
all right? And they'd rescued Jack Brady. They'd
Mhm.
survived the maze. They'd rescue Brady. Brady took him back to Moo's house. They and then came the information dump, right? Brady told him what was going on in Egypt. Brady tells him what he thinks is going on the island, but he's not sure.
Yep.
Brady coughs up the other half
That's right.
of the eye of light and
Yep.
darkness.
Yep. As you can see, it's back there on the shelf back there.
So they've got both pieces.
Yep.
All
Though
right.
it's such a big hit too. I mean, you get them, you give them that, and then they start putting it together. They're also super excited to get that. It's such a beautiful prop.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it was such a good thing. And then Mei Ling is there, of course, and so all of the information starts to come rolling out. Now, to compound the information dump is that they've raided Ho Fang's little personal library. So they have six juicy mythos tomes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Moo has got the seven crystal books of Hassan or whatever they are that Madame Lin's looking
Yes.
for.
Yes, that's right. Well, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So he needs like a week plus to continue translating
Right.
those,
Yep.
right?
Hmm.
And so I asked the team, well, what are you going to do for a week? And they say, well, doesn't Moo have like a buddy that lives out in the country that we can go hang out at their summer house?
Great.
And I said, sure, sure he does. So they leave a couple of and they want Moo to go.
Okay.
So they leave a couple of people behind in Shanghai.
Okay.
One to sort of continue living in Moo's place to make it look like everything's cool.
Yeah.
Another to keep eyes on Ho Fang's
Sure.
warehouse. And then they go off for a week. And then there's a lot of mechanics as they read books, lose sanity, and learn spells.
Nice.
And I ran it rules as written, which I know you're a
Oh,
huge fan of. So we're
yes.
looking for we're looking for hard int rolls to learn spells.
Hmm.
And if they don't make it, they would just wait another day.
Really? Is that how it's done?
It's if you yeah. I think that's how I did it. You just
Okay.
if you don't make the hard int roll, you just try it again the next day.
All right.
So they trickle through the week. The whole group learns a bunch of spells. I'm subtle in the way that I'm describing these
Sure.
spells,
Sure.
right? But I am giving them enough meat to chew on. So
Hmm.
they've got a good idea of what these spells will do. They've got a spell that will bring a tsunami.
Oh, wow.
And I tell them you're going to need a whole lot of people casting it for this thing to have any effect.
That's right. That's right.
um and then they go back to the city, and then there's a couple of shuffling. They're discovered and and they make a quick exit. And what they how we end it was really an interesting session because there weren't a lot of exciting moments. It was really a
Hmm.
prep session
Sure.
for Gray Dragon Island.
Gray Dragon Island.
Gray
That's right.
Dragon Island.
Now, so yeah, and I know you're going to dive into Gray Dragon Island, but I really want to ask you, you are not a fan of the raid of Gray Dragon Island, and I don't know why. I don't get it. You brought it up in the last episode. Where's the horror? I mean, again, and I will tell you, I think that there is plenty of horror there, but I also think that there is a time and a place in Call of Cthulhu games for excitement and high energy action, right? And I think that there's no better spot than that raid. I would say that the scale of it might be a problem, right? Because there's a lot of people, and if you have the firm action, militia come with them.
Which we do. We've got the firmers.
So I would say if I was running it, they're doing this, they're fighting, and all that is behind the scenes, and
Yeah.
none of that matters, right?
That's explosions on the beaches and that's
Yes,
distant machine gun fire.
right.
Right. And I think we'll take the action straight inside. But again, my plan is to react to their plan. Like I know what the cultists are doing. And the cultists really are not in a big hurry. But before I get into what the cultists are doing, what don't I like?
Right.
When I think about a raid on the island, it's
Hmm.
very similar to Top Secret. Remember the old Top Secret game?
I never played it, but I do know of
There's
it.
an old TSR Top Secret game that's like a James Bondi-ish
Hmm.
thing,
Sure.
and it's a knockoff. And it was fun. We played it.
Hmm.
And it's a spy game. It's
Yeah.
not a horror game.
Yeah.
And they had things like assaults on the beach and whatnot. And I think the assault on the beach, my players are super keen to do it. I think
Yeah.
they're going to have a good time doing it.
Yep.
But to me, it just doesn't sit right within the horror genre. All right, so when I think about the raid on Innsmouth, the old Innsmouth book
Yep.
has the second half of it is a complicated raid on
Yes.
Innsmouth scenario,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Now, in the raid on Innsmouth, you're creepy crawling basements and sea coves that are full of deep ones.
Yep.
That's horrific.
Yep.
Tight spots, um, deep ones that you
Sure.
don't expect to be in there, right?
Yeah.
The raid on the beaches, you're fighting cultists.
Yeah.
So I think there might be some body horror in there. I don't really know. We're gonna
Well, I mean, there's also these cultists are deep ones too, right? You should watch Band of Brothers, the one where they did in the Pacific. There's some good stuff in there. You
all
can
right. Well,
draw from that.
maybe I will. Speaking of drawing, here I'm going to try this now, folks. This is the first time we're trying the share screen on the recording, so
It,
we're going to see how this works.
it's going to work great. There we go. Look at that. Holy cow. Yes, beautiful.
So I tried real quick to do Gray Dragon Island in a old TSR style, right? So it's just kind of solid colors things. But I'm gonna plop this out on the table. There's Gray Dragon Island. Tell me what your plan is, and then we're gonna enact it. Yeah. And then I've also, in the same style, drawn the interior of the volcano based on the existing material, but again in kind of a TSR old school style.
It's
And
amazing.
now here's the beauty of these are two 11 by 17 size pages that I'm going to be able to print out on 11 by 17 printer, put next to each other, and those grids are inch to a side.
Yeah.
So we can put minis on this and it will be accurate.
It's freaking amazing. It's a battle map. It's amazing. Your players are going to, it's going to be
It's a battle
super
map.
fun.
It's a battle
Yes.
map, and maybe I'll put these up and people can have these for free. But yeah, no, it's a battle. I mean, they're looking for a battle, and
Yeah.
it made me realize that we have not had a big climactic battle
Okay.
in any of the chapters so far. We've had big climactic runaways,
Yeah, you guys aren't the fighters.
But Omar Shakti is still floating around,
Yeah.
and Gavigan is still sort of floating around, except maybe Zahara killed him. I can't remember what was going on.
Yeah.
And even Mimoru and no Immoral, I'm getting
He's
them all
gone.
mixed up.
We're way back in Harlem
Yeah.
at the Juju House. I don't know what happened. The Juju House was a slaughter in my campaign. It was a slaughter, and then the Mizir House was a slaughter in my campaign. They skirted Omar Shakti in my campaign. We'll see what
So
happens here.
so for this, I mean, the cult. So and they stole. I threw a flying boat in there. They've stolen. The investigators have stolen the flying boat. Okay, so I'm putting Ho Fang on the island.
Okay.
His plane's just been stolen. He doesn't really know what to do. But the boss, Penhue's the boss, right? Who
Yep.
is the
Yep.
boss of the cult?
Well, I would say that they both think they are. It's similar to Omar Shakti, right? Omar Shakti is more different. It's Gavigan and Zahara. I would say that
The same
in
kind of
Hong
tension.
Kong, yeah, I don't know. I would say that Pinhu doesn't think he is the he is like he has his lofty Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh thing. He's doing on a and Ho Feng is like local, like the local leader.
I think so. But the rocket is Penhue's plan.
Rock is part of Pinhu's plan, right?
So
It's
the
again, it's
rocket is Penhue's plan. The rocket serves Nyarlathotep. Ho Fang serves Nyarlathotep.
yep, yep, and
So I'm thinking Ho Fang realizes there's something up. Brady's been rescued. His plane's been stolen,
mhm,
right? He's going to ground with a bunch of cultists,
yes.
and then the players are going to land in that. And we're just going to, I think the whole evening will be some big fight. There's going to be a lot of magic being thrown around. Hopefully, there'll be a lot of sanity loss. Now, I've groused about the deep ones and not really liking deep ones, but I really, really do like the Shuggoth headgear telepathy thing.
Yes, yes.
I really do like that.
Right. Again, there's no, I mean, again, you got the little blobs that he's controlling the Shoggoth with, right? Again, so that there's so much insane zaniness that could happen with that whole thing. If they realize that he's controlling the Shoggoth, they take him out, they try to get the blobs, they try, I mean, it's going to be a disaster, a magnificent disaster.
Well, we will see. They've got spells. They're going to have a plan. They've got a walkie-talkie. They're in a plane so they can get there quickly. Brady's on a boat. It's going to take him a couple of days to get there.
Yeah.
They're going to have to coordinate. There's all sorts of places that this could go wrong. So,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
but it's going to be an epic good time, and my players are very eager for it.
Oh yeah, it's going to be fantastic. I mean, it's going to be and it's very cinematic. I think it's probably the most cinematic element of the campaign with the Art Deco rocket there. There's a volcano for crying out loud. I mean, it's just it's a great showcase of high adventure, right?
Yeah,
So it'll
and
be super fun.
it comes last in the book. It's the last chapter.
It is the last chapter. However, I still don't think it's the finale. The finale has to be in Kenya on the Mountain of the Black Wind when the spawn of Nyarlathotep is born. And again, it's just a big deal. I mean, and they could finally confront Imuru there. I think that a lot of things lead to that.
So
Um,
are you cutting Australia?
Okay, so again, I am not cutting Australia, right? However, I think that the players will cut Australia, right? And I just don't think that Australia, sorry, is a strong chapter, right? I don't think it's a strong chapter, and it doesn't, it pales in comparison to Shanghai and Kenya.
Now, what's the lead in from Shanghai to either Australia or Kenya? Because I think that's what's going to happen is
Yeah,
that the players will in
the
some
players
fashion
will decide.
succeed. They will succeed, and they know about the three dots. They've in my group they've mentioned the three little gems that were
Yep.
on the Arlathotep's wall many times. So they know there are
Yes.
three important locations.
Yes. Absolutely.
I don't think I'm going to get away from not going to Australia.
Okay.
combined with they're having the time of their lives.
Yeah,
We get together every other Friday, we hang
sure.
out, we eat, we drink, we laugh, we like chills, ooh, spooky stuff.
Yeah, it's
They don't they don't want this to end.
that's interesting. I don't know. That's very interesting. I don't have that vibe for my group. Again, but my group is a much longer tenured group, right? They don't. I mean, this campaign. There's no illusion for this group to think that when this campaign ends, their gaming career with me ends, right? They don't really have that. That may be different for your group if it's a newer group and kind of a group that you brought together for this. They may be insecure about their gaming futures, so to speak.
Well, it's a group of friends that I brought together for Hori on the Orient Express that we
Okay.
folded right into
Well, no,
this.
okay. Well, you gotta. Yeah, I would say that's great. But the wonderful thing about Mask and Orient Express that kind of sets them apart from D&D is that there is an end. There is
There
an
isn't that.
end.
That's the beauty. I love that's the beauty of it for me. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you can have that exciting conclusion to all of your work, right?
Yeah.
So, and I don't know. I've said that if they want to go to Australia, I'll run Australia. But I will not run Australia after Kenya. All right. So I mean, if they go to Kenya, that's when we're landing this thing, right? I won't like do some sort of like sloppy seconds, victory lap tour in Australia.
Sloppy Seconds, by the way, is an excellent punk rock band out of I can't remember. I think maybe Detroit. I can't remember now, but an excellent. Look it up, folks. Sloppy Seconds, an
There you
excellent
go.
punk rock band. Um, all right, now we love Call of Cthulhu. We love playing masks, but over this little holiday break,
Yes.
we are putting our sights on different games, and we're fixing on running different things. Is that right,
Yes.
Bob?
That's right. I have, again, post-holiday gaming plans. I have two very exciting events, right? Uh, for the past, well, I guess this will be the third game I've done this, but for the past two, Christmas seasons in a row, I've run a game for my nephews, right? My nephews who are all, in their early 20s, who I did not even know gamed until like a little over a year ago. And so they are all coming over to the house on the 29th, and I'm going to run another game for them. I'm going to be running High Water. High Water is the scenario that I have published on Drive Through RPG
That's
with
right.
maps by Matt Ryan.
That's right. We maybe we'll put a link somewhere in where we
Yes,
say we're going to put things and then don't.
that's a great idea. So I'm going to be running that game for my nephews, and that's a fun game, and I really am excited about that. And also, every year, as you know, I do have a slight gaming convention addiction, right? And so there's not enough real gaming conventions in the world that my friends and I have created our own gaming convention, which is basically it's a when my friends and I get together and we call it a convention and we do basically tropes from all the conventions. We have badges, we have signups, we have all these ridiculous things. We
Do you,
complain
do you
about
use do you use it like event dot whatever it is or the
almost. It's not quite that
tabletop
bad,
event? It's not that bad.
but
That
we
would be
complain
funny
about
though.
bootleg merch and things like that and all the other things.
And you
So
have jackets made. You have very
we
covetable
do.
jackets
We
made.
have our Hauser Con
Yes.
hoodies. This year
Yes.
is the year of the Lich. We've decided that for the monster. And so I'm going to be running a Warhammer Fantasy role-playing game that is going to feature a Lich, right? Spoiler alert.
Wonderful. Keep
And
talking.
yeah, so and I really love running Warhammer Fantasy. I've run a campaign from 2019 through 2021, and then we kind of took a hiatus after the COVID, and we because we obviously during COVID we took it online. So this will be kind of rekindling my Warhammer Fantasy game, and the cool thing about it is that's second edition, second or
That's the
third.
second edition. This is
Okay.
the second edition.
Yep. Yep.
And this is this what you're running? This is
That's
the
fourth edition. That's what I'm running.
this is
Yep.
the current edition.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I don't have the first edition anymore.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I don't either. But the cool thing with I'm going to be doing with this game, Matt, is that the players are going to be starting out and they're going to be playing Cultist of Zinch, right? which is one of the
Zinch.
chaos gods.
He's the one with the screamers, right?
Yeah, yeah. And so one of the characters in that cult group is going to be a plant, right? They're a secret agent of the Inquisition, right? And how I'm going to do this is I'm going to create seven pre-gen characters, right? And they're going to be these cultists. And I'm going to create little envelopes, right? And the envelopes are going to be their backgrounds. And one of the envelopes is going to be different, saying you are a plant. You are not a cultist of Zinch, and they're going to have a separate character sheet that is the actual Inquisition agent that's infiltrating this group. They start off that scene and they're trying to summon Zinch, right? So it's going to be six players who are actively trying to do it and one player who's trying not to do it. And I'm not going to know. I'm not going to know who the character is, right? It's going to be as much a mystery to me as it is to them because I'm going to put the envelope. It's going to be randomly distributed amongst the characters. I won't know who's playing it, right? So I'll have to figure it out. The other players will have to figure it out. So they're trying to summon Zinch, right? And it goes terribly wrong as it should, right? Because what happens is towards the end of their summoning, the Inquisition arrives, okay? Then the players stop playing cultist, and six of them become agents of the Inquisition. And they fight their cultist and possibly a demon that they summoned, right? To complete that scene, okay? Okay? Now we have seven agents of the Inquisition. But
Which is
wait,
more standard. Now you've got a more sort of standard party.
right. But wait, there's more. One of the six is actually a plant in the Inquisition group, right? And that plant will be one of the player characters from our home game in that group, right? And then the Inquisition will have a short scene where they're taking this artifact, which is a mummy's arm, which I actually have a prop. I don't have it yet, but I'll show
It's
the
on its
team
way. It's on its way.
they will take this prop and they would have to get rid of this heretical thing, this terrible thing, right? The Zinch cultists wanted it because it's an artifact of great power. The Inquisition wants to destroy it, right? And so now the agents of the Inquisition plus the plant have this thing and they're transporting it, and then they get attacked
But
by
wait, there's more.
by the player character. So then the group, they switch from going from their playing their player character or from the Inquisition to playing their characters from their home game.
This is for like from a year before for a
Yes,
long running.
yes,
Okay. All
yes.
right.
So they will be playing their characters they were playing before, doing mop-up duty on the beat-up Inquisition agents and claiming the thing. And that's actually when the game gets started.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It'll be.
Now, how dependent is this on dice rolls? Is it aren't characters fairly fragile in
Oh yeah.
Warhammer?
Again, I don't care about anybody. No, it doesn't matter until they get to the last group. In fact, if there's only like a few agents of the Inquisition left, that's okay because it'll be easier for my player characters to do the mop up on the small group, and then we start the game.
And then you
So
start.
it'll be hilarious. They won't expect what's happening, right? And the surprise factor and the wow factor of them getting to play their old characters again, it's going to be it'll knock their socks off.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go. Well, that sounds pretty good. I have designs to run this game, which I've run before. Well, I'm gonna have to move around. So this is the last edition of Gamma World.
Nice.
This Dippy box set, right? And Dippy, I mean that lovingly, but it is a Dippy game.
Okay.
It's kind of a role-playing game. Do you know how fourth edition D&D was kind of a role-playing game
Yes.
and
Yes.
kind of a minis game?
Yes.
Well, this does that
Okay.
without all of the rules, because this
Okay.
was sort of envisioned in like a time in between when they were coming up with the fourth edition stuff.
Okay.
So it's got a very slim rule book. It's a
Nice.
complete game. Lots of questions, lots of situations which you don't know, the rules don't provide answers for, which I like in a role-playing game.
Yeah,
It sort
sure.
of takes me back to the beginning. Well, what happens if this happens? And in the back, interestingly, in the back as an advertisement are the two expansions which I have, the only two expansions for this game that they made.
Sure, sure.
So
Wow.
like the whole line was envisioned and finished all at once. There was
Okay.
never, I don't think, going to be an expansion on this, other than the two that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that came with the whole kit and caboodle. Now it's dippy,
Hmm.
and it really is just one silly combat encounter after another.
All right.
But the characters are zany.
Sure.
You get new powers for every encounter. You're like mute, secret mutant power just changes
Oh, nice. That's hilarious. Oh, that'll be fun.
for no real reason. And I think with just four players, and I
Uh-huh.
think with the right four players, we could just kind of do this. It's like a tea and crumpets kind of a thing. This
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
it's not heavy lifting.
Right.
It's
No, it's
it's
fun. It's fun. It's just meant to be wacky fun,
it's
right?
just wacky, goofy fun. So we'll see if we can get that off the ground. And now the other one off I have is one of my players, Meredith, her husband Alex, has not played Call of Cthulhu since high school. He's an
Oh,
adult.
nice.
He's an accomplished musician. He's got a new album out right now. If you look up Alex Reed, I can't remember the title of the album, but it's doing very well.
Fantastic.
Sort of an indie kind of, I don't really know how to describe it. But he mentioned that he would love to be in a one-shot Call of Cthulhu game. So, as I do,
Yeah.
I found one. And the one I found is from a collection of favorites of mine.
Oh, the old reliable,
The
Strange
old
Eons 2. It has a
reliable.
new sticker.
And
You put a new sticker on it.
I put a horrific sticker. I like to put stickers on things.
Yes, yes, you do.
There's a game in here. There's a scenario in here that is written by Christopher Smith Adar, I think
Yeah.
is how you say Christopher's name, who also wrote a campaign for Call of Cthulhu, for Pulp
Hmm.
Cthulhu that's
Yeah.
published.
Yeah.
Um, and it's set in 450 BCE. Greek philosophers get mixed up with the wrong kind of mystery cult.
Ooh.
And I'm going to run it. I've changed it, of course, as I change these
Mm.
things. But essentially, it's like Greek philosophers in The Hangover, where they've been to some cult ceremony, but they don't remember it because they're all roofied up. So
That's
as the game
amazing.
progresses, these guys will slowly start to remember what they
Oh,
did at this.
oh no.
Right, right. Wait a minute. Did I really drink that?
No, I didn't do that.
And because this game doesn't use the current edition, it makes references to skills that were in an older edition. This edition,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay, okay.
Hmm.
So I looked up, this was a lark. I looked up the listed skills in this edition, and there are things like fist punch. That's its own skill. Sure, that makes sense. Headbutt
That's
is its
right.
own skill.
Yep. 10% base, right? Get it.
Grapple is its own skill. So last night I was working on the character sheets. As you know, I like to come up with my own
Yeah.
character sheets. I've given all of these Greek philosophers scores in things like rhetoric and logic and
Yep.
mathematics and fist punch, headbutt, and grappling.
They were known for their headbutting, right?
And I've changed the title from whatever it is to my big let's see, my big gay Greek orgy. I'm calling this.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
So we'll knock that off. Hopefully, sometime this week I'll get to. Bob, I think I might, if it's successful, I'll run it at Chaosium Con.
Oh my gosh. Well,
I've got six players, so there's six characters.
sure. 100%. 100%. I can't wait to be part of your big gay Greek orgy.
Folks, we really want to say a heartfelt thank you for watching, just sitting there and listening to Bob and I blather on like the idiots that we are. But I hope at the end of the day, we're lovable idiots.
That's right.
We'd like to thank all of the folks that were special guests on the show this year. Rick and Bridget and Matthew and Mike, and of course, the one and only Paul Fricker. And four of those five we'd like to have back. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, we would love, and we'll make a bigger effort to have more special guests on in the year to come. We have plans to continue doing this for another year, folks. So I hope that you'll continue to join us on this journey. What kind of journey do we call this, Bob?
I don't know. It's been a great journey. It's been a great journey, but we have other campaigns that we, again, we're taking our little, a palate cleanser, down darker trails campaign, but there are bigger and better campaigns afoot, right? And I think that that would be. I mean, I know you've already done it. I would love to run Horror on the Orient Express, right?
I just did it.
I know you just did it. I just said that. But in any case, there's other campaigns. There's other campaigns. We need to land this ship. We've been blathering for a long time.
Now, I've been reading Westerns. When I was in Mexico, I picked up a couple of Westerns, and I've been reading Westerns to prep for the Stillwater campaign
All right.
because
Nice.
a good Western has weird elements.
Yep.
And
Yep.
we'll talk about that. We'll have a show before we do our Shadows over Stillwater. We'll talk about the Western influences that we're bringing into our game.
Right on.
Folks, happy holidays and good luck in the next year.